What wizardry is this? This is a theme tune because YouTube flagged my theme tune. And I believe that YouTube are working with them. This is a theme tune, a lovely theme tune. Don't know if you are listening, but it's a theme tune anyway. And I think I've been having gay thoughts. Hello. I feel awkward. How are you? I don't mind though, because quite often do sort of a daily thing, really. Sometimes when I'm on the toilet, I feel awkward. I feel awkward about what I'm doing, why I'm there. And yeah, I know what's going on. Hola. Hello, mate. How you doing? This is a completely pointless thing, and I know you can't see me, and you probably will in a minute. But I don't know. You can look at my desktop. That's Rio from Sugarloaf Mountain. I didn't take the picture. I stole it from the internet, so there's probably a trademark issue there or something, copyright, whatever. Nice, isn't it? Shall I give you a tour of Rio? Sugarloaf Mountain is also called Pau de Açúcar. It's Mola de Oca in front of you. Botafogo Bay. Down there with the boats. You can see Jesus on the hill. Yeah? Nice. I spent a lot of time in Rio, actually. I took a really nice photo of a sunset from Sugarloaf Mountain. Beautiful. Really scenic photo. But at the same time, I was being eaten by mosquitoes. So there's always something behind the scenes you don't know about. Nah, Kelly, you don't want to see this. You don't want to see this, do you? Oh God, all big, but there's a camera in the way of the screen as well, which is even more awkward. I was sat around just doing something technical and boring and not finding a solution. And I thought, do you know what? Unless I'm talking shit to the universe, I feel hopeless. And given not doing anything tonight, I thought I'll pop on quick. It could be 1 minute, it could be 2 minutes, it could be 30 minutes. I don't expect anyone to watch. I thought I'd pour myself a beer. Wasn't even drinking. So I'm extremely sober right now. That's weird, isn't it? That is very, very nice. There you go. I mean, that might be the whole thing. That might be the whole thing. No plans. No plans at all. I did send the link to a couple of reprobates, but probably a bit late notice because I only gave myself 17 minutes notice. And in that time, I went to buy beer and came back. So I'm pretty good. I feel it's pretty good. Let me take a sip of this warm beer. It's not even good. It is not even good. Unbelievable. It's sort of dribbling down my face a little bit as well. That always, like my uncle's jizz. But that, brings back bad memories, and I don't want to think about it anymore. Yeah, I like traveling though. That's one thing I miss. I'm going back to Brazil in, I don't know, 2 months or something. I moved it. I can't remember when it is. A couple of months time. There, I will get Zika and have babies with heads bigger than mine, but on a baby's body, which will look a bit weird, I think. I have actually. I traveled. I went to Finland in October. I'm talking absolute shit as normal. Absolute nonsense. Should I do an impression of Matt Napo? I haven't got it in me. I haven't got the energy. I've not got the energy. You love a drippy beer. 2 P's, Kelly. Come on, grammar now. It's important. Weird. I feel very odd. Very odd tonight. This might be the night that I end it all online because there's a knife over there. But that's a joke, YouTube. That is a joke. Isn't? I mean, not in any way advocating self-harm because that would be silly. Although I did used to know a cutter. I knew someone with the surname Cutter, and also knew someone who, very sad, very hard to understand if you care about someone, isn't it? And they're harming themselves. But I think they eventually got over that and managed to go out showing their scars. Didn't intend to talk anything about that. But yeah, always lovely with this is odd. Okay, I can see these comments in two different places. That's why I'm getting a little bit confused. I think both the people that I sent the stream link to at 2 minutes notice, which was completely unreasonable, are currently putting their penis in their finesse. Finesse doesn't mean anything, but it does sound a bit like finesse. So maybe there is some finesse. Space looks a bit shabby. I had to take it down this morning for other reasons, and I put it back up a bit weird. So, but don't worry, because at some point it'll all look a bit better. I am working on it. What will make me happy is when I finally move. I will be even further away from Jamie, but we only really in person a few times a year, so it won't make much difference. But I think I made a bit of a decision today. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to do it in April. I might have to move into temporary accommodation, but I'm going to do it. Oh, come on now. Don't be like that, Kelly. I'm only messing with you. How do you, I don't even know, is that Cacamo or Cacamo? My Italian isn't great. My friend did marry one though, and she has made me a homemade lasagna, which was fucking phenomenal. If you'd have said to me, Carl, have a taste of this, but to have any more, you've got to go over the road, get that baby and throw it in the river, I'd do it for more because it was really nice. I think I went back for seconds and thirds and fourths, and then like 3 hours later you go and have that disgusting bit that you don't want anymore. And it's not that nice anyway, but you drank 3 bottles of wine and now you should just eat it. But it was really nice. And I went to their wedding in July, which was very nice last year, except for 70 people couldn't come because of COVID. So, because if you did come from Italy to the UK, everyone had to pay something like £2,000. So I don't know, $2,200, something like that, each for a quarantine stay, which was stupid. So only a few people came from the home country itself. I've never been to the mainland. I can't remember. What was that? Kill myself? Yeah, or throw the baby in the river? I can't remember. I've never been to the mainland Italy, but I've been to Sardinia in a former life for work, and it was very nice. I stayed in a little fishing village called Alcala. But what I didn't realise, islands like Sardinia and Sicily are completely they're not. It's not Italy at all. Like they consider themselves almost a different country. The culture's different. They're still mental. But it was very, very, very nice. But I did spend a lot of that time drinking, which wasn't. It was I had a serious job at the time, and it didn't go down well with my boss when I returned home. But I was out there for 11 days for work, all paid for, swimming pool, little dip in the ocean every day, a little paddle, get your feet wet a little bit. That was very nice. I did think I ate horse by accident though, because I got a burger one day and I thought, oh, lovely, I love a little burger. And it was one of the weirdest textures, just the texture, let alone, and it just, the thought horse came into my head and I was just in the sea going, just hacking up this bits of cheeseburger. So that was one other side of suddenly. It probably wasn't. It was probably just like a moldy burger or something, and I just made an assumption. Yeah, I talk about it a lot. I think about it a lot, but I won't. Don't worry about it. All good. Yeah, exactly. They just keep eating, and then just you don't need. Even if I get donuts, right, or cookies that I like, I just eat and then think I'll have another one. And then even when I don't want any more, I'll just have half the next one, and then there's only half left, so you just eat that as well, and then eat the last one because you can't leave one alone. And then just feel like you want to just sit there like a snake, and then get eaten by something you shouldn't get eaten, like a bunch of rats. But because you're a full snake, you get eaten, you die. that's one of the. Well, it's a weird feeling, isn't it? It's sort of really nice because you've eaten really nice things, and then also you feel like you probably die soon. That bit isn't nice. But there you go. I thought I'd pop on just on my own for a bit. Like I said, a couple of reprobates have got invites, but I might just ramble at you for a while. I did used to do this on something else I used to do. I'm not even going to point you in the direction, don't worry about it. But I did enjoy it. I used to talk about, well, amongst other things, shitting myself, like the times, well, not necessarily shit myself, but just like incidents that kind of around poop when you don't want it to happen. So not necessarily shit myself, but just like the emergency running to a bathroom, and that could be a mile, 2 miles. You might fail and shit in a river, in Nantes in France in 2015, in a nice little area of southern France, or on a beach in Brazil, or on a table. That was a good one. It was a table that I knew my brother was going to eat sandwiches off after the next day, and I don't think I cleaned it properly. I'll say, well, I can't see anymore, so probably gave him some sort of fecal infection. He is mad though, and that's a technical term. You're a feeder. Yeah, I've known some feeders in my time. Close family members have been victims of feeders in the past, but they do love each other, so that's good. But it was detrimental to health and all that kind of stuff as well, and other things. But it's great. They've been together a long, 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 long time. So that is all good. It's weird. I tried to wire up my mixer today so I could hear myself if it was just me talking, because I prefer that. It kind of blocks everything out and locks everything in, but I can still hear noise. So I didn't. It's a cheap mixer, to be honest, and it's giving me weird feedback in my ear. So I've got these earphones in for no reason unless someone jumps on, which I might not. I don't expect anyone to watch this, by the way. This is more therapy. This is more me. Oh, it's been a while since I've ranted by myself for more than 30 seconds. But I might do it more often. I might just pop on here and there and just get a bit weird. I had to redesign a thumbnail and make the next episode 49. That was, 3 minutes work. So I made the effort. I've noticed this when I've been doing gigs as well at times recently. I don't know whether I'm forgetting to breathe properly, but I'm getting out of breath. So, and then I think it is. I think part of when I hit my head at Christmas, I think I've just forgotten when to breathe, and then not breathe for ages, and then realize I'm out of breath when I'm talking. It's a bit weird, isn't it? There isn't going to be any like political stuff or news in this. I can't do it. Well, I can, but it'll just end up weird, and I'll start talking about the Twin Towers being holograms and stuff, because I'll get bored. I'll get bored of being serious for a few minutes. Sometimes I can, but it was also a bit weird me looking at myself. But if I don't know if the camera's working properly, so I've got to do it. There we go. That's why I made the thumbnail for this static on the other little circle in there, because this is just your TV picking up background radiation of the universe. There's nothing real of substance happening. I mean, you can talk about substance, but does it ever happen on here? Sometimes we just get drunk and say silly things and do silly things, and that is fun, I guess. And that will never stop. That will always go on. Jamie and I are working on something right now, so we'll let you know about that soon. I hope in the next couple of weeks. Should be quite interesting. I'm trying to, I don't know, sort some gigs out, but my admin mentality at the moment is very nothingy. It's very like, oh, I've got to message people and stuff, and I'm not really feeling like messaging people and stuff. So I need to do that. I need to be doing that this week. A lot on my mind. A lot of things have been going on around me this week. Don't check back, because there's nothing's going to happen. But go and eat go and eat crab legs. I say, wish I could eat crab legs. Kind of like the idea of it. I have a real problem with all seafood, which is odd. Used to eat it, used to eat fish and that, and I remember eating crab when I was a kid as well. When I brought fresh crabs, I think we were in Poole, and my dad brought this crab home, and we just pulled it apart. And I remember getting the claw afterwards and like playing with the tendons and making the claw pinch and stuff. And I remember eating the crab and enjoying it, but I can't. If I get any taste that something's come from the ocean now, I feel really sick. So something might have happened. I don't know what that. I don't know what that might have been. Could have been anything. Could have been, you know. Well, let's face it. I was probably molested with a crab leg, or had a crab claw shoved up my ass by a friend of my uncle's. That. Let's face it. No, I'm not joking. If anyone's watching, because my family were very nice, and all their friends were nice. Very, very lovely indeed. So I'm going to take a sip of this now because I don't think I've breathed for about a minute, and ultimately seems to be my oxygen, even though I am sober. It's my second beer. Let's do this. Last night, Brock was streaming as his Brocky want. And he was drawing the outlaw Josie Wales, right? And I had to bail. I think I saw most of it actually because I bailed what I thought was ages from the end. But God, Twitter has been a real dick with me recently. I bailed ages, what I thought was ages from the end, but actually was pretty close. Here we go. Let's have a look at this. There we go. Let's bring this in here. Always got to make sure I'm not bringing up any sort of weird porn. Lovely. There we go. End result. Perfect. Yeah, I think I bailed about half an hour before. So I didn't realize we scratched out this outline with that brush, right? I didn't even know, obviously, about that method of drawing because I don't know about any method of drawing, but it's pretty awesome. I wish I could draw. I really do. It's something I always wanted to do. I did a few things when I was younger. Like I'd spend 7 hours drawing a bird, and it looked all right, but nothing like that. I don't understand the concepts. I guess I just never studied it, but I never really got it. The concepts of like shading and making little reflections and being able to go, well, I'll just make his chin a bit shady. Just don't get it, but it is pretty good. I think me and Jamie were talking about doing some of our own art though soon, so we won't be throwing down the gauntlet to Brock. Well, that's all you'll. All right, calm down, Gully. Calm down. There we go. Might throw down the gauntlet to Brock, and just say, listen. It can't be that difficult, right? It can't be that difficult to draw stuff. Probably not what just draw, because we'll just be using the wrong hand or have it in our foot, like someone who's been hit on the head too hard. Or in a movie called My Left Foot, starring Daniel Day-Lewis. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Yeah. Can't use their hands. So they use their feet. Some of them use their mouth, and sometimes elephants draw pictures. That's true as well. And elephants draw things with their trunk. That does happen. And then the paintings sell for $20,000 because idiots are around. I might pretend I've got an elephant. I make a picture and try and sell it. Try and defraud the people. I think that's always in there on the list of schemes. Selling air to the Chinese, obviously, but defrauding people from elephant drawings is, I wouldn't say it's second, because you got to make out that you've got an elephant. You got to have loads of, a series of Polaroids, digital camera pictures, and iPhone 11 pictures of you and your elephant as you and it grow old together. I don't even know how long they live. I think they live a while, right? Is it 50 years, 100 years? Elephant time, We'll find out, because I'll be quite detailed. If I'm going to scam the people, it'll be quite a detailed scam. It won't be, just a what's a scam? I don't know. going to Starbucks and taking an order that isn't yours. I mean, that's theft, but it's also a bit of a scam. Could be done. But, real detailed, like, yes, China, this mason jar is full of air from the hills of the Malvern Hills of England, where really I just literally got out of bed, opened the jar, closed it again, and shipped it off to Beijing, which would probably be closer to what happens. But I need to work out how to fake that I've got an elephant that can paint. That'll be good, I think. I did a poll today for 3 people to do. I don't even know what it was. What was it? Would you do a poll? Yes, no, or buy a hose pipe? I think. Let me have a look about this. Oh no, end poll, no. 50% are yes, and I suppose 50% are probably no. I can't see it, so that's a bit odd. I could only see the yes bit, so that was a bit pointless. Need to figure out how to do that. I feel like I'm on heroin or something and just mumbling, but I'm not. I promise. I'm absolutely sober. But I suppose it just felt a bit weird, so I might have to leave you soon. 21 minutes. That's too long. That's too long for me to be yapping, isn't it? On my own, unless I just stay here all night and just talk until I fall asleep and shit myself on YouTube. That'd be good. What I might do is I did some videos ages ago. They're not around anymore publicly, but they were called blog rolls, and I talked about some of those poop stories. So what I could do is tell you some of those. I don't know. I don't know what order. Once when I went to Florida for work as well, we were in a hotel, and every night, one of my friend Nick, he said, we shared a room, and he said, "Tell me a poop story." Before we went to bed, I told him a shit story, and I worked it out. So over the week, they got better and better. And by the last night, I think the last one was probably the table, or as I like to call it, trout. That was a different night. The trouser had. I've got about 5 good ones, and then 2 or 3 real shameful ones, like I'm crying. Maybe like 4 of them where I'm crying and shitting at the same time in public. That's good, isn't it? Doesn't happen for a while, since 2021. So that's good. Kelly, here's the thing, right? Because this is like listening to my dialogue in my brain with a British accent. Here's the thing: you've been in a coma for 17 years, right? You're out drinking. You got struck on the head by a bus, and you've been in a coma. And this is a really novel technique to try and reach people in comas. It's by you finding a podcast on YouTube and interacting with it. I'm actually a doctor, and this is a novel way of trying to wake you up. But the only way to really wake up is to send me money. It's the only way. You've got to send me money, all your money, and then you will wake up. I promise you. I'm a doctor, so trust me. All right, no problem. Medicine. I remember a story. It's quite a not a nice case, I guess, but I need to find the details, and I'm going to be horrific. I think it was Japan, but it could have been somewhere else in Asia because that's how terrible everyone is. I think it was Japan. There was a court case of where a doctor molested or raped, I guess, a patient, and he did it by convincing the woman that her vagina was haunted, and he said the only way to get rid of the ghost by me putting my penis in there over and over again. I don't know if it was one incident or lots, but that doctor raped the ghost out of her, and it went to court. I can't remember what happened. I assume he got in trouble, but do you know what? If she wasn't, you know, what I'm talking about. If she wasn't like fucked mentally, there comes a point where it's like, if you're the judge, it's like, "Oh, you believe that? You believe that one? Oh, it's like someone saying they're a millionaire, right? I'm a millionaire. Come hang out. Yeah, I'm just renting this shitty flat, but let's bang now. Yeah, your vagina's haunted. Got removed with my penis. Very odd, the things people believe. But I suppose she probably was either very sheltered or, mentally full of water. I suppose that would have been probably my choice of answers, but who knows? Who knows? What's going on here? I'm just replying to something which doesn't come across on video or audio, does it? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, I wouldn't. I'm not saying I'm a doctor. I was playing the part of the Japanese doctor that said someone's vagina was haunted by a ghost. I can't say that enough. Like, I can't. It sounds good when you say it. It's like a Japanese woman thought a vagina was haunted by a ghost, and only the penis exorcist could remove it. Let the power of presumably a thumbed-in bloodless boner compel you. I need to rewatch The Exorcist. Actually, I think that was the quote. I think it was a quote. I hope you can hear me right. I am being quiet. I don't want to be too loud. So I wonder how loud I normally am then. Probably just shouting half the time. Pint. We were talking measurements on Coffee with the Dog this morning, right? Like kilos and quarts and kilometers and kilometers and miles and pounds and Fahrenheit and Celsius. And I think it was Jamie that raised the great point that Hitler used Celsius and Stalin used Fahrenheit. So I don't know if it's true. I'm not going to look it up or use a disclaimer. So if you're stupid enough to believe anything that I say, it's your own fault. And jump out the window, go on. But we can all agree that Fahrenheit killed more than Celsius. I mean, Fahrenheit killed more than Celsius, but Celsius always gets the blame, right? Always is held up as the poster boy. So always he's being a Celsius measurement. What about Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit was way worse. And I wonder what kind of measurement Chairman Mao used. Don't know. Not going to try and guess because it'll probably come across real bad, even though I have several thoughts in my mind. How long is your Beatles haircut? How quickly did that take to cut? Yes. Is that a measurement? Beatles, yes. Beatles, yes. He was pretty bad as well. For starvation, I think. Quite a lot of people. I haven't got the facts. Don't need them. Don't need them. I did quite enjoy studying at one point at college. I had a really good history teacher, and I hated history as a kid. But he was obsessed with Hitler. No, I mean his house probably was full of Nazi memorabilia, but so was Lemmy's, and we all like Lemmy. So just shiny and nice, isn't it? Designed by Hugo Boss, some of it. But he did a really good course on the rise of Hitler, and I wish I could find. It's probably on a hard drive somewhere. I wish I could find it all because I learned a lot about, the ins and outs of the rise to power, and thought it was really good. Some of it, not, the way it ended or the way it went, but it was very interesting. Should say that as well. Should say that I'm not a fan of Hitler, and neither am I a doctor in Japan telling people that their vaginas are haunted. Would you fall for that, Kelly? Would you fall for You know, you went to a doctor and they went and it's haunted. Got to do something about that. You know, I feel a bit sorry for people who think that a house is haunted. Maybe some of them are, but I think the vast majority aren't. So if someone tells you that part of your body is haunted, I mean, how far could you take that one though? It's like, oh, sorry, your eyes are haunted. Got a skull, fuck you. It's the only way. Get rid of the ghost. It's what God would have wanted. Ultimately, it's in the Bible somewhere, but in the Aramaic version, it's not. It was never converted to English. There's a memorial in my hometown where, not telling you where that is, you psychos, where lots of people were burned for reading the Bible in English. They were just burned and set fire to. And I quite often go up there and think about it. I try and find the site exactly where it was and just like feel the energy. Don't know why. Don't know which side I'm on, to be honest. Like, do as you're told. Or can we read? Don't want to read the Bible. Don't want to read it. But it's just a feel, you know, where something historic happened is sometimes quite nice just to stand in the field and go, happened here 500 years ago or so. I haven't got the facts again. Don't need them. Don't need the facts. Just say things. You'd be the rapper, not the rappee. Well, you know, I can't. My brain's not even functioning. At some point, I'm going to go because I want to watch an episode of Ozark, and I'm not going to keep drinking because I have a whiskey glass, and there's more beer there, but I'm not going to drink it. I'm going to end this soon because me just waffling for too long will get a bit weird. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I popped on for this very quiet, muted version of the Last Rites. But thank you everyone for watching in general. It's very nice. We had some nice interactions on Saturday. I think the last one we did was Brock. Me and Jamie will be on Thursday. We might have to move the time. Yeah, I think we can probably say it. We'll be on. We'll be on for some of Mind Dog on Thursday as well. So after that, we'll do a Last Rites immediately after. We might have to take a quick break, and if it runs into 7 this time or 2 Eastern time, if it runs into that, we'll make it a bit later. But we'll try and find that out tomorrow, or just do it on the day. So it might get rescheduled for like 30 minutes or an hour later than it already is scheduled. The next one, so just be prepared, but come along. Yeah, we'll. I don't know. I can't remember what that one is. I think it's just a random. But yeah, it'll just be a random one. It won't be 6 hours. We can't do too many of them. That got a bit wild on Saturday. It's weird that we can just keep talking for that long. I guess we're slurring by the end of it, so it's not that weird. And then I got a bit lazy this week because I've got obviously 2 more. Got the one on Mind Dog and then Thursday night. So I don't know if there'll be any more this week, but I'll try. And last week was quite a good one, wasn't it? We had those 3. But I will try and get some more in for next week or over the weekend. But they'll appear on the YouTube channel, and I will tweet them, of course. But yeah, this will get a bit weird. It won't always be the same. Like Jamie is, like I said to him the other day, he's pretty much a co-host, so it will be at least 1 a week with me and Jamie, maybe 2, sometimes more. Sometimes there'll be episodes of me and just other comics, like the one I did with Shannon something. Go and check that out if you haven't. Shannon is hilarious, and I hope to work with her more this year. Do some cool stuff over the next couple of years. George Willoughby, who was on the Polyphon briefly, and another comic called Greg. We've done an episode or 2 episodes together, so go back and check those. This podcast did used to be called Refreshingly Non-Epstein, which is a great name, and George did give me that name. But, you know, algorithms and all that probably shouldn't name things after an international sex trafficker. So, or have the logo stolen of a international sex trafficker. Thought I'd change it up. I'm glad I did, really. But it was a great run while it lasted. So yeah, I'll probably get Greg and George on with just me sometimes because that's a great hang. Like the 3 of us are really good together, and sometimes Jamie will come into that as well. I've got a lot more people on my mind that I'll probably bring back that used to come on, and then some new people as well. So that this will be quite different. When I go away in April, I'll probably bank some. We'll probably pre-record some and then have them come out while I'm away. But I might also do some streams from wherever I am in the world. So they might be a bit patchy. It won't sound as good, but we'll make it work somehow. We'll find some Wi-Fi and do it from my phone or something. Figure something out. So there will be at least, Christ, there'll be at least one episode a week, probably two, and then maybe three. And then maybe there'll just be random shit like this where I pop on and just ramble for half an hour. But if it's acceptable, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. That might not affect my decision, by the way, because ultimately I'll do what I want. I'm a bit weird in that way, but my voice is going as well, so I'll have to stop soon. Don't even want that beer now. You open a beer and you don't want it? No? Because you want alcoholics? Okay, good. Okay, I'm seeing things out of sync here. There we go. Oh, God. Well, don't correct. Right. But now you're just saying the word rape. Do you mean... Right, you're the raper, not the rapee. So rapper, not rappee. That's why I was misunderstood that. But also, don't say things like that on the internet, Kelly. Don't admit to those things. So you would go, you would try and convince someone that they've got a ghost in their vagina, would you? I mean, like I said, it's a great scam if you ultimately want to do something terrible, but I don't recommend it. But if you do, write a book about it, give me 10%. You know how it works. You know how it works. You get to a point where everyone's just giving me money for stuff, even if it's for like ideas, or I'm an ideas man, selling. Listen, selling air to the Chinese is a pretty good idea. And I stole that from someone else. And if I'm going to check if he's still doing it, and if he is, I'm legitimately going to set up that business and I'm going to undercut him and I'm going to give air for half price. But I guess then you got into get into shipping and all that stuff, right? There's probably some technicalities I'm not looking into, like safety. What if you sell someone some air and it's bad air and they die? And they go, where did they get this hair from? It's King Piggy. That wouldn't be good. I don't think. Oh, I completely forgot. I was just sharing my. That was so. One, you don't want to see this. It's a bit weird. I completely forgot. I was down there in the corner the whole time. I just forget things sometimes. And you were just seeing my Twitter. It's lucky I didn't have my inbox open, innit? Or other stuff, because I have weird conversations with people, so that's always a good thing to not share your screen. But we just looked at Brock's picture of the outlaw Josie Wales for a while, so that can't be bad. Better than looking at me, if I'm honest. I mean, you've seen his drawing of me, and that's when I realised that my head was just lumpy. It's like all indented and fucked up and lumpy, and that. But I'm embracing it now. I'm not worried about it now. I'm not going to get self-conscious. I'll just go, yeah. Have you met Lumpy? No, it's me. I'm Lumpy. Yeah, protect yourself from hacking, I'd say. I would think most people just do stuff from their phone. So look for apps, I guess. There are some free VPNs, and I've got one on something, but I can't remember what one I use. It's on a shitty old laptop I've got down there, but I can't remember what it was. So yeah, have a think about the technical stuff. I can't remember. Yeah, see if there's like two-step verification and that kind of stuff on the website. But yeah, it's probably don't have that conversation in YouTube comments. We came up with the idea on YouTube, but if you want to do it, you go for it. And I'm only joking about anything else. Bean, give me 10%. It would be great, wouldn't it, if I actually could do deals on air. Got a few things. I'm working on at the moment. Not OnlyFans, I'm not doing that. Look at the state of me. And also, I don't really want DMs full of like 60. I was going to say 62-year-old gay men, but I don't want Napo to think I'm talking about him, but because I'm not, I'm generally not. But 62 was the age that just popped in there, because it would only be an older, like, not that he's older, let's say 77, a 77-year-old gay man with tuberculosis would be my one subscriber on OnlyFans. Hang on, gonna fart. There we go. Nice. I am gonna own the lumps. You're right. That's what I'm doing. Own the lumps. I might even make a T-shirt that says "Own the lumps." So we'll see that. I was going to do some mugs and glasses and T-shirts last week, but I didn't, because I just didn't get around to it. So it'll probably be the end of this month, because I only do things at the end of months. The rest of the time, I am completely useless. No. You're wrong. I am a monster. I'm gonna end this now, because it's 41 minutes. My voice isn't great. I want to watch an episode of Ozark. God, I forgot to get snacks. You know what? I spent the whole of January just running, so I don't need any snacks. I've got a beer. I've got some cheese. Could eat some cheese. Thank you for tuning in. I hope no one goes back and watches this, because this was stupid. This was just me being stupid, sober, with a voice that's going a bit weird. And I haven't even spoken to anyone for 3 days. So I don't know where it's gone tonight. All right. I'll see you later. Stop being weird. Bye. This when I say bye, this will now stay there, but it's not because I want to stay. It's because the StreamYard takes a while to take you out. So Hale, thank you very much for watching. The 3 people that did, and the I think probably 1 or 2 that are still in there. Cheers for the comments, Kelly. As always, I'll probably delete this. I don't know, but then who cares? Have it as a ramble and a prelude to me telling stories about shitting